Alright, I'm gonna need you guys to bear with me a little bit on this video because I just had my wisdom teeth taken out today, so it kind of hurts to talk, but I didn't want to pass up the opportunity to make a video talking about this, so just bear with me. It's probably going to be a little bit weird sounding at times, but I'll do my best to get through it. We have a super drop coming out on July 14th for Sonic the Hedgehog, which I know some people are already kind of up in arms about. I saw some posts today on Reddit, people being like, this is crazy, it's the death of the game, blah blah blah, as though SpongeBob came out and that was whatever, but now Sonic is the straw that breaks the camel's back. Listen, you don't have to like Universes Beyond, but I think when it comes to Secret Lair, anything is fair game. We've had Princess Bride, we've had Evil Dead, we've had all kinds of crazy shit. So, like, I think it's cool. I think it's smart. I think it plays into people, bringing in different fandoms. I understand the criticisms that people have, but I also think that a lot of times, especially with reskins, it's fine. In this case, there is a mechanically unique Secret Lair. I don't necessarily mind it, but I do respect people's arguments if they don't like it. But hopefully, some of those cards will become more accessible. It's just one of those things that I understand not everybody's ever going to agree on. So, it is what it is. Listen, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment section down below. Let me know what you think about this video and the Secret Lairs themselves. We'll start off with Secret Lair X Sonic Friends and Foes. This is a brand new, mechanically unique Secret Lair with 7 new cards, which is pretty cool to see. They're all very commander-oriented. I think every card in here can be a commander. Except for, of course, the legendary enchantment. So we have Knuckles the Echidna. This is 2 and 2 red legendary creature, Echidna Warrior with double strike, trample, and haste. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 30 or more artifacts, you win the game. So this is a pretty cool card. Obviously, I think the artwork is not my favorite on this, but it's not terrible. 4 mana for a double strike trample with haste that will allow you to get 2 treasure tokens every time it hits. And then, that the artifact mechanic there, it's got the Hellkite Tyrant level effect there, where it's like if you have X number of artifacts, you win the game. I think it's manageable. Not my favorite, but it's still kind of cool. I definitely think it's strong. Amy Rose is really good. This is 2 red-white legendary creature Hedgehog Warrior with haste. Whenever Amy attacks, attach up to 1 target equipment to her, then up to 1 other target attacking creature gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is her power. This is actually really strong for Voltron decks or similarly based equipment decks. We've got a ton of new equipment cards that are really strong. Hell, there's one that gives creature +X/+X equal to your life total that came out in Final Fantasy. So swing with this and then buff something else, whether this is the commander or something else is the commander. Just a really, really strong card for equipments, like super strong, honestly. No Sonic pun intended there. We've got Super State, however, which is a 7-drop legendary enchantment aura. Enchant creature you control. Enchanted creature has base power and toughness 9/9 and has flying, first strike, trample, and haste. Holy shit. Whenever enchanted creature deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to each other opponent. Does give Voltron decks another way to really kind of press for game. This and Amy both are going to be massive upgrades for decks that can play that. Obviously, Super State's colorless, so it can go in anything. But I mean, wow, talk about just being able to, theoretically speaking, kill the whole table at once with a Voltron deck. The equipments have gotten a lot of love recently from this, Final Fantasy, etc. So if you play one of those decks, you're probably thrilled with these. And I do think the artwork is kind of cool on that. We've got Dr. Eggman. He's 2 black, red, blue. I don't know why I had trouble there. Legendary creature, human scientist with flying. Beginning of your end step, draw a card. Then each opponent faces a villainous choice. That player discards a card, or you may put a construct, robot, or vehicle card from your hand onto the battlefield. So basically, do your opponents want to discard, or they want to let you put a card out for free? You obviously have to build around it, but it definitely has some potential. Miles also goes with vehicles. He is 1 white-blue, legendary creature, Fox Artificer with flash and flying. Whenever a vehicle you control enters, draw a card if it has flying. Otherwise, put a flying counter on it. Honestly, I don't think it's that great, but it's decent, I suppose. You could build around it with vehicles. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it does a ton. The draw power is solid, but you have to play a lot of vehicles to do it. This is probably better included in a deck versus being the commander of one. And then we've got Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog. Shadow is 2 red and 2 black. With haste, whenever it or another creature you control with flash or haste dies, draw a card. And then it has the ability, it says each spell you cast that has mana spent from an artifact has split second. Now, split second basically says players can't respond to spells on the stack as long as it's on the stack, except with mana abilities. Super powerful, and because black-red works so well within the treasure colors, you can just basically build a black-red treasure deck with this and have all of your spells be non-respondable for the most part. That's a really, really strong card, and obviously the draw power part of it is nice too. Build around it with flash and haste. Red has plenty of cards with haste, so with this as your commander, you have a ton of ways to make that work. And then Sonic is 1 blue, red, white, legendary creature, Hedgehog Warrior with haste. Whenever Sonic the Hedgehog attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control with Flash or Haste, and then whenever a creature you control with Flash or Haste is dealt damage, create a tapped treasure token. Again, solid card. Bring something out with Flash, block with it, it takes damage, you get a token. Obviously, bring something out with Haste, swing, you get tokens, etc. I think Sonic is really strong. I think Shadow, is really strong. I think Sonic is pretty good. Overall, I think this is a pretty cool secret lair. I know people aren't going to love the fact that it's Sonic, but I think it's fine. I do have to say I wish they would stop making mechanically unique cards in secret lairs. I do think that that's kind of unnecessary, unless they plan on printing them in universes within later, which as of now we're led to believe is not the case. I suppose it is possible though that could change. This is probably going to be a pretty popular drop though, especially because a lot of the cards are very strong. And I think they're cool. I think the designs are cool. Basically what I'm saying is I'm not outraged about it, but I do respect that there may be some people who are, if that makes sense. This is going to be a $40 secret lair or $50 for the foil. That's probably because it has 7 cards and they're all mechanically unique. I do think that at that price, it's probably worth it, generally speaking, but it's going to be interesting to kind of see how quickly it sells out. This is a limited supply product. I think a lot of the complaints people have about universes beyond secret lairs would be much less so if they were print to demand. But that's kind of like beating a dead horse at this point. We've got Secret Lair X Sonic Turbo Gear. So this is a full reprint one. It's got the Reaper Cleaver as Knuckles gloves. We got Swiftfoot Boots as Air Shoes. Mirror Battlesphere as Egg Hammer. Hammer of Nazan as Pico Hammer. Power Sneakers Lightning Greaves. The Tornado Sonic's Biplane as Weatherlight, and an Egg Pawn, which is a mirror token. Obviously, Reaper Cleaver is a really good reprint here, as is Hammer of Nazan. Both are higher up there in value. Boots and Greaves are always solid. Greaves will always be worth something no matter how many times they reprint it, so it's a good inclusion. And I do like the Battlesphere. This is pretty solid. This one is normal price, so it's going to be $30 or $40. I have to say I do recommend this one. I haven't done a full price breakdown yet, but I mean in terms of like the reprints that are in it, if you like the art style, I think it's pretty good. Definitely nice to see that they at least put a couple of decent value cards in there versus just filling it with garbage. And I think people are actually really going to like that Egg Pawn token as well. And then we've got Secret Lair X Sonic Chasing Adventures. This one also just complete reprints. Generous Gift, Open the Armory, Fabricate, Deadly Dispute, Unexpected Windfall, Soul Ring, and Treasure. I really like the Treasure token. The Soul Ring is super cool too. I think it's got a really nice art. I just don't know. I don't know if any of these are worth anything off the top of my head, and I didn't have a chance to do a deep dive in it, so I'll have to take a little bit more of a look and see. But I mean, at first glance, I think the artwork is cool. I think it's got a nice, assortment of cards. I don't think anything here is crazy expensive, to be honest with you, unless Fabricate is. I'm pretty sure everything else is not. But it's going to sell fairly well, probably because of the IP, and I think the Treasure token does look really cool. I like the Soul Ring. I'd like to get my hands on one of those. Again, normally priced here for this, and I think these are the only 3 that we're getting, unless I saw someone said something about a 4th that was unannounced. Maybe it's possible. But no, it's definitely 3. It's confirmed here, so it's pretty cool overall. I was very surprised, but also not super surprised. Like once we got SpongeBob, I felt like anything was possible. I'm not like offended by this crossover by any stretch of the imagination. The Chasing Adventure one, it's really cool from an art perspective, but the inclusions aren't the best. Might be one to go after singles for, but I like it. I think it's pretty cool overall. I'm very curious what people think because I know my audience is going to be quite divided, but I think it's interesting. And again, this does go on sale July 14th at 9 a.m. and that is Pacific time, so 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, my time, whatever. All orders over 100 do get free shipping, so if you are going to get multiple or want them, maybe go in with a friend or something. They are priced well enough, with this one being $40, that you could technically buy all 3, I think, and be eligible for the free shipping. So definitely not terrible. Big news, but not crazy news, I suppose. Like, it's cool, and it's absolutely, interesting, especially if you're a fan of Sonic, but I mean, I was seeing some outrage on Reddit and stuff that I just kind of think is misplaced, and I don't really understand why people are all that bent out of shape about it. Let me know what you guys think, though. Maybe I'm missing the mark on that in the comment section down below, and I'll do my best to respond to everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.